So I want to talk about the Occupy movements that originally I was actually super excited about, and now I'm actually discouraged about. Most, I can't. Most of the cities that this is going on in, I think they have totally lost what they're fighting for. Most people are just out there because it's something going on. And I want to call it a revolution, but this is not a revolution. It's not a real revolution. Revolution is when the majority stand up for something that they believe in and make change. These people are not making change, and it's not going to, because you're going about it the wrong way. Now, some of them I've seen, are being peaceful, I guess, but some of the people in some of the cities are being violent, and then they blame it on the police, and they're vandalizing, they're being aggressive, just doing it completely wrong. You can't call it peaceful protest if you're not being peaceful. If that makes sense. It should make sense. Now, from everything that I've read, okay, I'm going to use an example because this is when I first heard about Woodsboro Baptist Church being deemed that it's legal to protest military funerals. Now, they're protesting they're protesting gay military funerals, which I don't think anybody should protest any kind of funeral because that's just stupid. And I definitely don't think you should be protesting a military funeral because the only reason you're going to do that is because, oh my god, this fly is going to drive me insane. The only reason you're getting to do that is because somebody just died for you. And people say, oh, they didn't die for me. Yeah, they freaking did. And you know what? They're still out there dying for you. And it might be about some bullshit. This whole war is bullshit. Of course it is. But they're still out there. And they're not just following orders. They're doing something that at some certain point in their life, their heart told them to join the military for whatever reason and go fight. Because, when I joined and I wanted to be a medic so badly so that I could go help the wounded out in the desert. And I never got to do that. I mean, I joined, I became a medic, but I never deployed. I got discharged early for medical reasons. And, this is something that really, really called to me. So I can say, I think from experience, I can say that people are out there dying for your right to protest. So, that being said, the Supreme Court, I believe, the Supreme Court deemed that it was legal for the Woodsboro Baptist Church to protest these military funerals, and on the terms that they had permission from the local authority. They were not attacking any specific person, but a general people. What else? And they were not violent. think that those were the terms that I read. Now, when I first heard about this, before I went in to read the ruling, I said, well, if that is the case, then they should stop macing and tear gassing protesters for the Occupy movement, because they're saying that they have the right to be there. Well, after reading that, even though I think that there's loopholes, which I think is wrong in the justice system, there should be no loopholes, no gray area. It should be black and white, and I see life that way a lot of the time, that it should be black and white, that it is black and white. These movements, I'm sorry, this fly keeps all over my face. These movements do not have their permits, do not have permits to be in the parks that they're at, which, if it's a public park, personally, I think that that's stupid. They shouldn't have to have a permit. Obviously don't have permission from the local authority, and are being violent. Now, not all of them, not everybody's being violent. You know, I'm not saying, this is just from my observation, it's becoming to be violent. When it first started, I was so for it, because I thought, this is going to be it. This is my 1960s, you know, my 1969 Summer of Love. Whatever. Which, even that wasn't really a summer of love. It was a summer of drugs and strung out people who thought they were in love and they weren't. And, so now, these movements are causing people to have to close down their business until these people leave, or they're losing business, having to lay off people or let go of people, if you will, which is now completely, these occupiers are doing what they're saying they're against. Okay, now there's a lot of different ideas of what the movement started, how, why, whatever. The movement, from my understanding, started because people were upset that the fat cats of corporations and big banks are getting a percentage of their paycheck, of everybody's paycheck, because of the bailouts, and so on and so forth. Bank of America is a prime example. We know that they are getting percentage, because now they have some, I know now they have, like, so I don't even know, I don't have Bank of America, but some $5 thing to have a checking account or some shit. I'm not sure. That's probably all wrong, so don't quote me on that one. So that's why it started. Now, another reason, from my understanding, why it started is because we have a class system that is being abused. That people are, I don't want to say jealous, upset, whatever, of people who have more money than they do. And not just people who have more money than they do, but because actually, I think it's just because they have more money than they do. Take this off. So, that's not the main reason, though. The main reason is that because corporate greed, the fat cats of the world, of the nation, getting a percentage of, almost like the way the mob gets a percentage of everybody who does business on their street or whatever, or their territory. Now people are saying, oh, it's because there are no jobs. People are occupying because there's no jobs to be found, so on and so forth. Well, I can tell you, there are jobs to be found. You have to want to work them, okay? That's one thing. Don't say that there's no jobs, because there are. You just don't want to work them. And that's what's really upsetting me, because when everybody's saying that there's no jobs, I found 3. Bad cat. I mean, mind you, they were almost bullshit jobs, but they were jobs nonetheless. Hold on. Hurley, get down. Get. Sorry. Okay. You know, I was serving food, but it was a job. And then another thing, my mind is just... Another thing that's wrong with these movements is they're saying that they're against socialism and against communism, which I don't know when and where communism came into the picture, because I'm pretty sure that that was gone and done with way here in the nation. Well, I'm not really in the States right now, so I guess I can't say here. In the United States. Oh. Sorry. A long time ago. Anyways. These people are protesting and fighting for is communism. They want to get rid of the class system. They want to be rewarded for sitting on their butts, doing less work, but they want to have the same pay as somebody who works their ass off their whole life to have the money that they have. From all my understanding of communism, that is what you occupiers are fighting for. So, that's what it's become. Bad cat. Hurley, get down! He's gonna ruin this whole video. Get. He's pissing me off. He's making me really angry. So personally, I think that the Occupy movements need to stop. Because now, everything you think you're fighting for, that they think they're fighting for, is no longer what they're fighting for. They don't even know anymore. It's not organized by any means. And they're becoming the problem that they say that they are fighting. It's just, it needs to stop. And you know what else needs to stop, in my eyes, is all the bandwagon celebrities that are out there supporting it, trying to make money and get more popular off of it. It's fucking bullshit. So, that's my opinion on that. I wanted to make a video. I know out there somewhere people agree with me. Like I said, I was for it in the beginning, and now I just think it just needs to stop. Now these people need to go back to school, back to their jobs, get educated, and fight it from the inside. And that's the only way that we can bring these people down, is to be smarter than them. It's our generation, not theirs. But they want to hold on to it so badly because they're scared of not having money. And it's just sad. That's what this is all about. Everybody's scared of not having money. Money is not the most important thing in the world. And I just wish people would realize that. And I know some people do, but it's just, it needs to stop.